Hey y'all, so I got a lot of stuff on my desk and I'm just in the mood to do some jelly, this, like sort of like how I make the fragments, but I want to make a lot of paper that I'm feeling that I want to use in the next book structure. So I had this idea, we did the painted book and we sort of did it on the watercolor paper. So this time I really want to make a really loose, I dare not really use the word messy because I don't really mean messy as in messy, but I mean it as in loose, not structured, just a lot of fun, just really the push and pull of patterns and just different papers, and really kind of do a constructed book that will fill the pages up with all these type of papers. And it's going to be a quick structure. It's not going to be a difficult. I might do the hidden spine one with all the papers, or maybe we may do a single signature type of structure. So the structure itself is not going to be a complex one. We'll get this one done in maybe 3 sessions. But the point is now to focus on what we're putting in the book, really focus on just the papers and just making a lot of different type of papers that we can use back in the book. That's the only way that's the best way I can explain this thing that I see floating around in my head. And also we will use fabrics. So it's going to have all, types of stuff, but I really want to flush it out. Almost sort of like a junk book as art. By junk, I mean just using, I was just looking up, I have a whole drawer full of tags. I'll show you. I always save these from garments and stuff like that because I always have this idea that they're already, let me get them here. They're already so nice and ready to go. I hate just throwing them away because I'm always thinking, wow, we can use these. But for instance, Norma Kamali, she does these really nice square black, they're really nice and strong tags. And then how you get all these tags and they're really hard and strong, and I feel like they could make good tabs, for journals. We can really use them as construction elements. We would of course cover them with the papers and stuff that we're going to paint. But I mean, I have a whole drawer of these things. So just, just all this stuff. A lot of times I hate throwing them away. You can see I love Norma Kamali. It's definitely my one vice. These are jeans. But all these tags, they're so cool. So I'm figuring that we should be able to, excuse me, use these. And sometimes they have the envelopes, stuff on them. So I really want to use this kind of stuff in. And if you haven't saved garment tags, then of course we can, you can just take any kind of throwaway cardboardy things, and it's all kind of stuff that are extras that we have. So let me just put this over here for right now. I dare not try to jam that back in there. So that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about, and I'm we can use envelopes. It's really designed, I really want to repurpose a lot of stuff, but when we're done, I really want it to be a cool book as art, interesting journal, not just a lot of stuff clumped in. You know what I mean? So let's get started. I figure a good place to start would be to have a jelly session where we can flesh out some of these ideas I have around mark making. And so I want to do mark making, but I want to do it on some different papers. And I've just got some papers. I was waiting for these papers to come in from Amazon. So I'll show you what I had. And I'm going to use some vintage book pages because I really do love vintage book pages for this technique. It's something about the old paper and everything. It really does work. And this is from those Shakespearean books. So those of you who got this, excuse me, the Old World pack, I had a lot of these papers in them. I think this is like from, this book right here was late 1800s. And then I have some that were 1700s, some that were, you know, 1900s. So these things are really cool to use. So we're going to use this. And I have so many books. That's why I started sharing them, because I found so many people would say they were having a hard time like finding vintage books. And I have just so many from having them over the years. So that's why I decided to start sharing some of that out. Okay, so now this right here, my friends, I'm going to kind of, this needs to be opened up differently. This is some paper that I got on Amazon, and it's a glassine paper. It's a whole pack of it. I forget how much it was. It really wasn't, it wasn't a lot. I would say, part of me wants to say maybe it was 12 or 15, something like that, but it's 100 sheets, and it was actually supposed to be glassine paper. It's actually pretty thick. And I had this idea that I wanted to work with glassine and sort of do kind of a collaging thing with it. And then these will be things that get sort of collaged on to the pages. And I'll talk about, next week I'll have decided what paper I want to do. But I think I want to use, I'm going to go into my stash and probably get some good paper like a BFK or a Reeves. But you can just use a really good weight drawing paper like a Strathmore, like smooth though. So pull out your Michaels coupons for those Strathmore pads. And maybe just get yourself one good, nice, smooth, beautiful, sort of, you know, I have to see what weight it's going to be, but maybe like a 30-pound, 30-something pound drawing paper. So I'm going to grab some of this right now because we want to see how this prints up. I have no idea how this is going to work. They said it was glassine, and it is definitely a glassine. It's a thick weight. And I believe this stuff was acid-free too. I'm pretty sure this was acid-free. You can see it's somewhat translucent. Yeah, it is translucent. But it's not like the thin, really thin glassine. I didn't know what it was. So it wasn't like I was deciding if I wanted one thing over another. So, put that there. These I'm going to go ahead and cut, because I know that I'm going to be, oh, it keeps on sticking to my plate. I know that I'm going to be making these prints in sections. So I'm going to cut them in this strips just so it's manageable. And I will leave the links for these if you want to try some of this stuff. I'm just looking for some new papers, new inspiration, just kind of play with some new techniques. And because this was glassine, I wanted to be able to decoupage some of our prints and stuff on it, so it would just make it more of a thicker, maybe, I'm hoping, sort of kind of a fabric-y kind of texture. And I'm going for kind of like maybe a 1960s vibe, Cabinet of Curiosities type of, I don't know, feel to it. I want to just have this old world funky kind of feel, but yet maybe more abstract. So now this is some more of the acid-free tissue paper, like the other stuff that we had gotten, but it's in this natural color. So I wanted to try this to see, you know, how it was going to work just by changing up the color. So I'm going to grab some of that. And just trying to find stuff that's not, you know, like crazy. Yeah, this is acid-free tissue papers. This was 200 sheets in here. And I know this was probably about $7 or $8. And this one, is 100 packs of the glassine paper. Oh. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. Because you see I'm going to be working on the smaller plates. Because right now I just want to work on some patterns. I want to kind of play around with patterns. And this paper right here also I want to play with staining. Like we did the other paper with the spray inks and dyes and stuff. Because I think this should really do something pretty neat. So we'll play with some of that. I have my paint brushes, my paints. I've kind of gone for basically a neutral palette to start off with, you know, my kind of go-to palette. Now also I have some of this calligraphy paper. So in the tan and the white. So I'll cut this in a minute. And then I have the tissue paper, the other tissue paper, the white that we've already been using, the archival or acid-free, both archival, acid-free, free, same thing. Okay, so we're going to just cut these sections. And we're going to get started here. So I wanted to just see what kind of papers. I wanted to work with these thin papers because I really want to be able to collage on the thicker kind of drawing weight papers we were talking about. And I don't want to, you know, be trying to glue thick papers on top of each other. And also I want to be able to see the layers as we build up. So that's kind of my idea, but we shall see. So let's get started. So one of the things I like to do is I've got some of my mark making tools here, and let me see, all of them. Some lids. You know, I just kind of keep all these little mark making tools here. And this one right here. So let's start off with some white. So I'm going to just use the acrylic. So white acrylic here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my smaller brayer because I'm really not going to, I don't know, you'll see. I just kind of want to sort of make these kind of, just kind of work with shapes and stuff like that. So this, you know, this box I love. And I'm just going to so I'm going to use one of these sheets to kind of just make marks off on so that we have that going. And then this one, let's just go ahead and pull. So right now I'm just going to work on pulling stuff like this. I have no idea. I'm just kind of playing at this point. We're just going to kind of play our way through this process and just kind of have fun and see what comes of it. So see on this brown paper we're getting some of that. And I have more on here, so let's just do this. And using a Q-tip. So this is why I want to this down. Use these sort of small sheets because I want to be able to just let them go off and dry and then come back to them. So just sort of making marks. No real rhythm. I'm just going to do some more white backgrounds. I'm going to put a little gesso down. Let's roll out a little gesso here. Just kind of get myself organized here. Let me take one of these sheets of old book paper. I love using this too. Just kind of put down. So just have a lot of different papers. So see, we're just going to kind of like just start kind of doing this type of thing. So we're going to come back and print over it. So that was gesso. Let me just get something. I'm just going to pull this off on white. You're not going to really see it, but it'll be a layer underneath there when I go to, because you know it will be, as these dry and everything, I'll be using the spray dyes and all that kind of stuff. So we're just getting pattern right now. That's all we're working on. So let's grab, let's get some of this gold or bronze. This is a bronze. This is Arteza bronze. Same thing, just a little bit. We'll get some white here. This is a way just to try our palettes out as well. And you know, we're also just building our plate up, getting a lot of material on here. I want to get this gold. I like to work on the small plate because it really helps me to keep my my movements constrained, and I want to not have really big pieces of stuff. I really want to have kind of like small sections of marks. So working on the small paper helps me to, on the smaller plate helps me to do that. Okay, so as that dries a little bit, I'm going to get some of this quinacridone. I'll let that dry down a minute, and that's why I have this other plate. Let's get this started too, so we can get some stuff built up. You know, there's already stuff on this plate, which is cool. Let me get this Arteza Pearl White. I love this. Let's go ahead and put that down. Okay. Right now I'm just kind of keeping it simple, because you'll see I'm a build up. Take this brown here. Okay, so we got some stuff coming off that plate, which is nice. We like that. I feel like I have enough room here. Okay, so now let's come with this. Put this down. Putting some quinacridone down over that gold that I had down there. I like this browner color tissue paper. I like having them both, you know. Okay, cool. So we got some more. So right now the marks are subtle. You know, we're just building up. These pieces we'll come back and work on top of. Okay, that's good. See, we're just sort of, I just want to make marks. You'll see where we're going with this. I guess I'll see where I'm going with it too. Let's get some iridescent. Just kind of want to get these plates going first. So kind of pulling, just kind of, you know, basic layers. They don't have to have a whole lot going on them, is really what we want to do. Because we'll come back and add. Okay. Looks good. Just put some more down. Okay. Okay, so we're just getting all these kind of like just neat sort of grunge kind of layers. Let me get my pink, you know, I like this portrait pink. And I will be using some of the Sumi ink and use different things here. Yeah, see, as we start building up layers, we get other things happening. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. Just kind of have fun. Really, I'm trying to keep my palette restrained. But I do want, just go ahead and put a little bit of this down here. This iridescent, this fancy black, I think it's called. Arteza. Yeah, fancy black. See what this looks like on this tan color. That looks nice on this brown. That's nice color. Roll this out. Let that dry. Let me see. I think I will grab. I want to keep it neutral. That's what I'm doing right now. But I do need another. I think I'll get this Waverly chalk color. Oh, I can use this one too. This is the Silver Lining. Silver Lining. Let me see. Where are my other paints? Here they are. But I could use some of the thinner golds because I will do some glazing. Sorry, hear me banging over here. Okay, I wanted this too. I need to go get some more of this white. I really like this ivory quite a bit. It's almost gone. I've got to literally bang it on the plate. I don't even know if there's anything else in there. Let me just let that sit for a minute because all the dry stuff is flaking off. Not that it matters. Probably add some nice texture. Let me see if I can get any out of this one. Should be more in this one. There. Don't need a lot. In fact, let me grab some of this off of there right now. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now I know what I want to do. Let's put some Sumi ink in here. Watch the time because I know it's getting ready to flip. And then let's okay. And just take one of these, lay it down. See what we get. Let me get, I need to press down on it a little bit more because it probably dried in the time period that it took for me to do this, but it's okay. We're just making marks. Haha. Left some of the paper behind. Oh, but I like that. Look at this nice little circle. I'm gonna put that on there. I think what I'm gonna do is lay it right there. So it'll end up drying. But that, I do like that. We're gonna do some more of that. And that hole that it made is perfect. Like, how cool. Okay, let's put this down. So we can dry. So we like that. So let's stop. Okay, start it again. We don't want to miss anything. So let's go back and let's use a little bit of our quinacridone because you know it's really good at pulling stuff. Okay. See how much of this we can pull up. So I'm going to get a white. Let's just get this bit of white here. Oh, this is good. Let's see, starting to get somewhere. This is what I'm going for. I just want to make some neat prints, and we're going to come back and do stuff on top of these ones there, but we have to get the plate going. So let's get some more of that white. This time we'll be a little more ready for it. Okay. Let me take a piece of, that way I can just kind of rub it without patting it all over the place. Cool. See, I like that. Okay, so we'll let that dry a bit. And let's come back and put a gold. Let's do like a kind of a gold glaze and pull this up and see what we can pull up. Because now we're going to go back and forth and deal with... Is this one even open? Yeah. We're going to... Let me get this out of here. Going to kind of just move back and forth and just start making... This is just kind of when I just start printing. I don't really worry about, you know, really doing a whole lot of figuring it out. Just kind of go with the flow. Kind of get the juices running. Okay. Let me use some white. I'm going to print on that glass scene too. See how it works. So the glass scene would be a good one for doing a second generation print versus the first, with especially, you know, with the how wet the ink is. So we wouldn't want to do it like, in other words, using it to pull the ghost. So we're just going to make a lot of these. Just make as many as you're inspired to. That's a nice ghost there too. Because we're going to need a lot of this. Okay. Let me see. What can I put on here? And I want to really pull this. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. And I'll come back with the white. So in the meantime, where's that playful pink? I mean, that playful white here. I mean, pearl white. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking about the other color, playful pink, which I really do like, but I'm out of it. That's another one they could do in a larger size for my money. So, I was going to do something else, but let's just finish that. Let's see how that pulls on top of this. We will do some layering here. This paper is, oh, I bet you because that glassine is a little thicker, I could pull a really solid ghost with it. Oh, see, I like that. See, that's what we want to do. We just want to start layering up just for these interesting kind of images so that we can use it to, you know, to use for collage elements. We'll just take this and see if we can grab the rest of that. Okay, that's good. Just all kinds of information. So let's see, where is black? Let me just put that over here. Just putting some off to the side. I'm just going to use my finger, kind of make dot patterns. Okay. And then let's see, what do we have to put? Let's go back to some of these solid pieces. Okay, that's good. We like. So put this over here to dry. Let's just get some something like these. This is good. I like it. Let's grab the rest of it onto this gold. Okay. Okay. See, these are all good. We like. Put over there. And let's see. Let's get some. Let's do that with some of the gold. Okay. So kind of just do it right on the same plate, right? You know, over the black, because what'll happen is it'll mix in some. Okay. So now I'm just layering. You know me. I like to layer stuff. So that's why we were starting off. It was okay just to get our plate going with those. Oh, that's nice. Wow, I like that. It was good to get our plate going with we find something else. Find some more of these layers. Here's this white. Let's just do this over the gold. With just the flat, you know, really nothing down. Because we're going to just come and we'll just layer all kinds of stuff over it. So yeah, we just kind of keep layering. So let's use a Q-tip in this black. Just make some lines. Okay. Some of these papers, once they completely dry, let's see, that's good. I'm going to want to do the stains, do the spray stains too. You know, kind of crumple them up and spray them and get stuff going with the backgrounds as well. Oh, I like that. See, I'll just like even that little bits like that. That's good. Just lots of mark making. Okay, so let's come back over to this one. And what did I have down there? So now, let me think. What do I want to use to pull this? Definitely want to, I'll use a book page, number 1. Something out of this old book. Sorry for the sniffles. Little allergy going on. Let me just get a tissue so I'm not constantly sniffing. I know I want a little stronger paper. Let me see. Maybe I can use this again since I already have something. I have that gesso down on it. Let's try the white. Where is my white? Let's try this. Because we already have some pattern down there. So. Let's see how much we pull up. Okay. No, it's not going to pull that much up, but we got some extra color down there, so we'll let this dry again and come back to that. This is going to try to be a little stubborn, but that's okay. I'm going to get you up. Just know I'm going to need to use a thicker paper. But I'm going to try that glass scene just to see. Maybe a little bit too slick, I'm thinking, but we're going to see. You never know. We are just playing with things just to see. It may stick really good because it is like a slick surface. And actually, it may pull pretty good. Although what I did is I put the not so slick side down first just to see if it have a little bit more tooth to it. Oh my goodness, look at that. Would you believe it? See, you never know. That's why you've got to experiment with stuff. That thing pulled it up like genius. Oh my goodness, look at that. Whoa. I think I found a new love. That really pulled up really good. I cannot believe it. I just thought it might be a little too slick, but it's not. But it's not. Let's do some more of that. Let's see what we get. I have such a limited palette, I know, but there's reasons for this. Which do I want to go with? Let's try putting some gold down. Let's see what it does. Let's see if we can put some of this sumi down, but like try to just do thin amounts. I don't know. We'll see. I've honestly been looking for something that could pull as nicely as onion skin, be translucent. Wow, look at this. This is unbelievable. You guys are seeing it live. I cannot believe that this glass scene is pulling so well. See, the paper is strong enough to really grip to this plate. And the paint is really sticking to it really good. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And it's still, you know, we can still see through it, so. Okay. Let's do some more. So where's that pearl? This white pearl. Let's try this. Let's grab some more of that, because that's going to kind of blot around. You see, I have this right here, this white. Let's just see what we can grab. This white here is like that gesso, so that extra ink should really absorb into it nicely. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. See, that's good on there too. Look at that, like striping. I like that. Okay, so let's go here and get this pearl white. Let's see if we can, hold up. I need a little more space to put the ink. Let me just move this over here. I want to make some marks with my other things. So let's just do this. Put some ink down. Let's use this bottle. Okay, let's see. We'll get another piece of that glassine. I do not have any idea why the back of this slick paper is actually absorbing without doing a lot of spreading. I just thought it would just slide all over the place, but it's not. I will definitely be leaving you guys a link for this one, because I know what you all will be running out and getting. This is amazing. It doesn't have that nice finish like onion skin, but I'm telling you, this is some good stuff. Look at that print. Let's go ahead and cut this. And we got some of the color was down there before. Like, it's pulling everything off this plate. That's what we want. And that was a pearl white. So let's put, I don't want to put that down just yet, because I want to, there's still stuff on here we want. Let's see. Oh, we're coming up on another half an hour. Wow, time is flying. Oh, I love it. Boy, this is what I was seeing in my mind's eye for some of these prints. So this is good. Let these dry. Okay, so now let's take, what was I just thinking about doing? Let's do a glaze. I'm going to use the Martha Stewart in the champagne, but let's clean some of that off. So we'll go back to this one that we've been just adding different marks to. Put some of this down here. Okay. Alrighty. So, what was I going to put down here? This fancy black. Now let's do a dark background. Oops, it's kind of a lot. But what I want to see is if we just put a whole background down like this and pull it with the glass seam. Although I definitely don't want it this sloshy. So let me get this here, this tissue paper, and grab a little bit of it on here. Well, that grabbed a lot, but that's okay. That's a nice background. And I still have more on here, so let's do this again. I wanted it to be dark, but I don't want it to be too much. So I'm putting the smooth, the not so, both the sides are glossy, but the shiny side is facing us right now. Wow, cool, 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 cool. This really looks good. So I'll cut it. And we'll let it dry. We're going to come back to this. Let's do one of those in the iridescent gold. Okay. Yeah, these are going to be good for our book. Oh, that looks like a sheet of gold. See how it looks? Oh my goodness, this is good. Okay, so I wanted some solid backgrounds so that I could, let me come back over to this one. Put some of this gold down. And let's grab I don't know what it is about this little pattern that I like, that the bottom of that bottle makes. But I do. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's come back over here to this. And I'm trying to keep my mind clear because I'm so excited that I keep on, my mind is like it's all over the place, and I got to kind of keep up with where I was. So let's get some white. I did want to put white over top of this, but I want this one. So I'm kind of do some dots. Just want to see what it's going to look like over top of the this print. Where was that one that we did? This one here. That one that we just pulled. So let's do some dots. Okay. Alrighty. I even like the way the paper kind of crinkles, and it's amazing. It gets a really neat texture to it. Oh, yeah, I like that. That's going to be good. And then what I'm going to do, because you know I don't really like the peaks and valleys. Let's get another piece of paper. I'll just grab this one and get some white dots on it, because when I go to stain it, oh, I did it the wrong way. I'm supposed to be putting it on this one. Well, we'll get this up. Let me see. Let's just take this right here and grab it. I just want to grab some of that up so it has more of a monoprint look and not so much a, yeah, good. And then we have extra stuff there. Okay. Let's grab this up. All right. That's all good. And this is really cool. See the way the paper wrinkles? So we're getting all that other kind of stuff going on. Just thinking. Just thinking. Okay. Now let's change it again. I don't want to run out of, you know, the video and I don't realize it. Okay, so I'm going to do one other thing for right now for this session, and that is going to be, you know, I've got to do this. So let's get some of this champagne down, Martha Stewart. We're just going to do like a glaze. Here again, I'm just going to get this and just grab some of it. Okay, and I'm going to do so much more to these pages, so this is not going to be, we may end up having another printing session. Where is, so let's just grab some. Okay, so now let's grab a glass scene. If this comes out the way I'm imagining, oh my goodness, this glass scene is going to be my new best friend. Wow. See, it hardly moves. You can look at it and see, like, there's very little bleeding. There's something absorbent on the other side of this paper, and I'm not sure what it is, but it's amazing. It's confirmed. This is my new friend. Would you look at this print? Gosh. It's got all that good old world texture. The ink is just laying on here beautifully. I'll tell you what, my friends. We are on to something, but shh, do not let... Well, this is new paper at least. Don't let those Etsy sellers find out about it. We'll figure out a way to jack this up. I was wondering how this other side was going to print. This other side. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. Let's print this other side. Let's see. Okay, let's put some more of the pearl white down. We like that. Oh, we like that Martha Stewart. Let's stick with the Martha Stewart because that was a good color. This is champagne. And I believe this one is still available. Okay, let's get a little ink in our bowl here. Okay. Kind of want to do more sort of a mark making kind of script. So let's take this. Okay, there's a lot on here. So I'm going to go with the shiny side. Let's just see. Then we'll know what both sides do. I think the trick is to lay it down and let it absorb good before you start the pushing. Just let it absorb into it. Because it seems like it lays right down and absorbs. Amazing. Amazing. I think we discovered something here. Boy, oh boy. I had no idea it was going to be this good. Look at this. It just prints beautifully on both sides. The shiny or the not so shiny. It doesn't seem to matter. And see, it's pulling everything off the plate. Look how much comes off the plate. Okay, let me cut this. I'll just put this down, let it dry for a second. Okay, so what I want to do, let's just try, let's see some mark making. Well, we have to put the thing down because it's going to, yeah, so we'll just, okay, let me get another piece of the white. And let's just pull this up. So we get all that wet stuff gone. And I still haven't even used any of this paper. But I'm too excited by this other. I gotta cut some more of this. Let me cut some more of this. It's really doing an amazing job mark making. I'm here to tell you. It's not too many things that you can just put this Sumi ink on. And it just, you know, does so nicely. Okay, so switch it up. We'll do a little bit of gold. Let's do some gold here. And just kind of want to do mark making. Just want to clean that off because I think I've got a little extra paint on there. Okay. So just put it down and let it absorb. And this paper is strong enough to pull completely without ripping. So that's the good news. So it can actually hang out down there for a while. I can't clean my brushes, so I'm gonna make sure there's no paint just hanging out on those bristles. Okay. Look at that. Oh, yum. When that gold dries, look at that gold. Oh boy. Let me go ahead and cut this. These pages are going to be some kind of elegant. Okay, so let's just clean some of this off, just using that same tissue paper. Because we can even stain this paper, and all that black on there is just going to, you know, just add to the staining. Let's just clean this off a little bit. And let's grab some of the pearl. Okay. Okay. Put our glass scene down. This is good. Really just, and then once you get it down, you can really press just, I don't know that you really need it, but just to make sure it's making contact, because it seems to really just want to pull everything off this jelly plate. Oh, this is the best. Oh, look at the gold with the champagne behind it. This is just good. Yeah? Okay, so guess what? I know I said I was going to stop, but let me find my champagne gold. Here it is. Let's do this other, you know, in this deco arts. This is always good. Okay. Okay. This is the one that I had started and had gotten a little bit on there, and I really almost believe that we could print on both sides and just get, you know, like get it kind of push and pull. That would be fun. Wow, look at that. Yummy. I'll take this gold that we pulled and let's just put it down on here. Let's just pull this up. Get some more. Wow, this has turned out better than I thought. I was hoping for some magic, but this has just exceeded what I was even expecting. Look at that. That's just good. Wow. I wonder whether or not I can take my brush Yep, you could just paint right on top of it too. Look at that. So you just add a layer right on top of it and it takes it really nicely. This day we need to mark on the calendar. This is one of those days, those discovery days that goes down in history. What's the day? The 12th. 8/12/2021. Only folks who love this stuff like us would even be able to appreciate it, right? Okay, so I did want to do something. I was thinking of something to do. Oh, I know what I was thinking. I was wondering, what happens if we just put a real thin glaze down? No, just don't even do that. Let's just see if we print. We know this is not going to stay. We're just going to get bubbles. But that's okay. Because I just want mark making. Let's just see what it looks like just to put mark straight on it without any other paint. Just let it absorb. It's going to make more blots, which is going to be nice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Might be a little easier to do it while it's on the plate. Wow, look at that on this glassine. So we're going to let this dry, and then I want to print both sides. I just want to see what we end up with, because when we go to collage, let's just see. Put that down, and let's clean it again. So we're getting all kind of good marks on this piece of paper here. Well, we've got a lot of fun ahead of us, don't we? I've got a ton of papers down here, just a boatload. Let's put some of this. I want to finish that paper, so let's put some of this down. This is the champagne, the Deco Art champagne. Okay. Just want a thin glaze. And then let's get our pen or brush and so I want to go ahead and grab that on this piece that we had, because this will absorb really good. Because we had a layer of gesso down And then we had another layer of paint. Just going to let this absorb a little bit. Although this paper is old, it still should hold up because we've had quite a bit of paint on here and then we've let it sit. So, oh yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, this is good. See this? This is what we want. So then you get some of the old book page. We get this jelly print on there. And then, you know, this becomes something that we can then layer in our book that we're working on. And it just becomes, oh, I love doing book pages like this. I just think they're so elegant. And they're just, it's just layers of story already, you know, from just doing that. Okay. So where's that piece of paper up in here? It is. I've been cleaning my plate off with. Just keep on doing that. Okay. And while we're waiting for that other sheet to dry, we can't overlook quinacridone. Let's get a nice little bit of that on here. Because this is the grandmama of printing and scripting. Got quite a bit on here, but that's okay. We're going to go for it because this paper seems like it can really take it. I know this is going to, let's see, it's quite a bit of paint down here, but let's see how this paper performs. We're going to get some smushing and stuff. That's okay. I'm just kind of first put it down so that it just makes contact. So we'll let it absorb a little bit. And then seems like this paper just has to touch the jelly plate, and honest to goodness, it just picks up everything on the plate. It's amazing. Like, I'll show you corner. See, just look at the corner. It hasn't even been down there very long. And see how it just pulls everything off that plate. It's amazing. Okay. Wow. Now that's good. Boy, oh boy, that's just so special. And then all the old wall, all those textures have been building up back there. Oh boy. Wow. I can't wait to see all these finish. You know. I'm going to take this right here and just pull some of this off of there. Because that's going to make some good mark making on this sheet. This is the Martha Stewart Champagne color. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I'm back. My battery ran out right at the end of what I was showing you, but that's okay because I'm ready for that battery. I have 2 additional ones on the charger at all times. So I am ready. Okay, so I'm feeling like, you know what? Let's just try something. Let's just see what this paper does. Just like printing direct. Why not? And let me clean this off on here so that all that extra comes off. It can just sit there and build up. Let's just see. Well, this is going to be good, guys. Look at this. This paper prints really good. So we're going to let that dry. So we'll get all these different kinds of papers. Let's get some more of that. Let's do, you know, I love this shape as well. Let's put a little bit of this down. Okay. This sort of oval shape I love. It just really absorbs into this paper. I have to read the description of this paper again because I want to say I think it had cotton in it. It's sure acting like it has some kind of serious fiber in it. I've been just exploring so many papers recently that I can't, and I have different things coming that I can't even remember what. But I'm trying to find us a lot of really unusual paper replacements to onion skin without it costing an arm and a leg. Oh, that's nice. I just love the simple, you know, these simple prints like this. So we can do a lot of those. So we know that. So let's go ahead and fire this up again. So let's use the pearl. Where is it? Like you would think I had a whole bunch of stuff in front of me, but I only have a few colors. But when I go to look for certain paints, why don't I see them? Oh, here it is. Okay. So we're going to put some of this pearl white down. Again, let's just get... And... just want to clean this plate off. Might as well. Do a little more mark making. We love that. Okay. Okay. Wow. Oh boy, look at those lines. And it's funny, I almost didn't get this, honestly. Because I was like, I don't really know. What am I going to do with this glassine? I could see using it on pages. You know, I'm not so much for making 100 glassine bags and all that. Nothing wrong with doing some of that in our journal, but I wanted to have more of something going on than that, you know? Look at this. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This is just a little print within itself. Wow. So I almost kind of didn't get it because I was thinking, oh, well, you know, I got enough stuff going on. I'm already trying to get rid of a lot of stuff just because I have so many duplicates. Not that I'm getting rid of anything that I don't want. In fact, I'm actually sacrificing to share because like a lot of stuff, I know I'm not going to use all of it, you know. Because I have a lot of stuff, my friends. That's why I started the First Fridays, because I figured what better way than to get it out in the community, especially a lot of the papers and stuff that I'm using. If you don't like, you know, it's a way of like getting the stuff to you guys so that you can see what it is that I'm using and then try to find it yourself. Because all this stuff is like old, office-y type of things. So it's not like some things you can still go out and buy, but a lot of it you just can't go out and buy. So, except for like at, you know, thrift stores and things like that, you can. But, so that's why I thought, well, I would start sharing. And then with the series coming up, A lot of these papers that I put in the paper packs, so many of you like snap those things up. That was very smart of you. Because in the upcoming series, which you guys are also signing up for, I'll be using a lot of the papers that are in those packs. And I know a lot of that stuff, like the photo papers, a lot of the ledger papers, a lot of that stuff is just hard to find. Or if you go and find it, you're spending $20-something for one little pad of 30 pieces or something like that. I put the transparencies in there. Those are hard to find. In fact, I find them all vintage now because nobody really has overhead projectors any longer. But I love working on those. And some of the techniques I'm going to show are just like mind-blowing in terms of how they can create layers and stuff. So I try to put a lot of stuff in the packs. And then, of course, the Old World pack has all of the vintage book pages in all different sizes and different. And, because no one needs to go out and spend, $200 on vintage or $300 on some vintage books and have all these, have these books. And then at that point, you almost don't want to tear them up. So anyway, so every first Friday, I'm going to be putting that kind of stuff together because I have a lot of it. And like last time, I was only able to make like 30 packs. And I have a lot more. And those packs sold. So, okay. So see, this is what I was wondering. See how we're getting this, the layer. See, we see it on top. But see this really cool layer we're getting underneath? Let me see if I can put it on something. We can put this down as a backing. Smooth this over. See how when we go to glue this down, because we can glue this down, we can use matte medium, we can use PVA. So we go to glue this to the page. How cool is that to get these two different levels of mark making? So you can put it on whatever side you want to put it on. And look, we're getting that. I'll be doing a lot of these. Because I really like that. As much as I like layers. We get 2 layers on one sheet. Are you kidding me? And then I bet you the rubber stamps would work well on here. Like to get some background patterns with stamps as well. Okay, this is good. We like. And then I'm thinking even like some of the paper that we were making with the tissue paper. Let me see. I don't know if I have any handy. But I'm thinking we can even take other thin papers, even like some of the Asian papers. And then make sure I got the dry side. Yeah. And then those can even be glued. Oh, wow. See? Let me see if I can show you. Underneath or on top. But then we get that other layer. So I'm going to let you know. I'm going to have a session. I'm just going to make a lot of these. I may even tape it again just since we're just doing hangouts. And make a lot of these because to me, these are brilliant for being able to then glue other papers behind them and collage on these and then just have a bunch of these to then use on our pages. And these can glue down. This paper is so sturdy, you can even use the little Tim Holtz, that tiny stapler, wherever it is in my drawer. Just a tiny one because it just makes the cutest little staples. Where is it? But you can use any stapler. Because this could be stapled. Here it is, right in front of me. Like these, you could literally, on some of our book pages, we can literally staple these on there and just have all of this goodness going on. And it's such sturdy paper that it'll hold up to being done like that in a book. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, we're just about done. But, of course, I need to use my ink up. So let's just do some more. I'm just going to do it right on here so we can get some more of that. Okay. Let's just put that down. Just amazing how it just absorbs. I know you guys are like, have already stopped this video, gone over to Amazon, and your papers are on its way. I know you guys have. You're like, okay, look at that. You're like, okay, Robin, you're just having way too much fun at the moment. See if I can just pour a little bit more of this out, because I want to kind of finish the bottles. I feel like I had another layer I can do right here. I think what I'm going to do is, while this is laid out on there, see if I can just, I'm just going to do some mark making right over top of it, right in between these circles, so that, you know, it's already in place. Why not? And we already know that it's going to absorb nicely. That way we're making these two layers, right? And we're going to be able to see the circles right through it, and that way we're kind of getting our script so that it's anchored between the circles. So we just get this neat extra pattern. Oh boy, I can't wait for us to start working with this in our next book. So have fun. The papers come quick because they're Amazon, so you don't have to worry about waiting long. And have at it. In the meantime, have your session with the white sheets and stuff like that if you want. And you saw how we just kind of did. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let everything dry, and I'll come back and I'll show you all of the papers in their dry state. And for you, it'll only seem like a second. For me, it's probably going to be an hour or more. Just let everything dry really good. And then, see, we can just pull this right up. We don't even worry about it sticking. We don't have to worry about it ripping. This is almost a little bit like that. What is that? That Yupo or something? But better, because that Yupo is like really plastic, and it's like, it's okay, but then it doesn't have a papery type of thing to it. I don't know. It feels too plastic-y to me. That's why I never really use it. My personal thing. But this right here is brilliant. And then look at that underprint. So those circles and everything are underneath. Or if we want it the other way, the circles on top with the scripting underneath. Boy, we're on to something. We're on to something. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. I'll show you everything dry. And then I'm sure I'm going to be doing another session, just playing around, even probably before next week. Although I can't promise, because I go out of town this weekend on another herbal trip. We're going up on the rim here in Arizona to, and the rim is up there like Grand Canyon area, to pull some more stuff. I think like mugwort is a mullein. I got mugwort last time. Mullein is in season here, so I'm going to grab some mullein stuff. So I'll be gone for the weekend, so I may not, but maybe when I come back on Monday. I forgot to even use these to make square marks. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on here that the edges of these cosmetic sponges are really cool too. So I'll just do it like this. It just makes really nice squares. And on this paper, we like it. Wow, see how the paper is just picking up every bit of the pattern, where if this were just regular paper, it would already be bleeding in. So pull out these sponges. This helps me use up all this stuff too. And, make some marks, because we can come back in this and put dots and things. So yeah, you get these at the Dollar Store. That's just these things are cosmetic sponges. So these make good marks. Alrighty, that's everything for right now. Like I said, I would like to think that I'm going to come back, but probably not before next week. But if I do get some in, I'll show you guys. So I'll be back with the dry papers. And I'm also, so next week, I'll show you what papers I'm planning on doing the pages with. Maybe I'll flesh out the book, what we're going to do. It's going to be easy, but just pull out some good drawing papers, nice weight. Have some fabrics, because we're going to do some fabrics. We're going to work with this, all the pages that we've done, and more. And yeah, we're going to have fun with another book. But I think the best thing that came out of the day was our discovery of this really nice weight glassine paper. All right, love you all. Happy creating, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Okay, as promised, we're back with the sheets dry. So I'm just going to do a quick flip. So this is what the book page looks like finished. And I definitely will be making more of these. But you saw I got so carried away with the glassine. But I really like this. I'm just going to flip through these, because I know it's kind of nice for you guys to see them all in a stack again, so you can kind of assemble in your mind the whole process. And I really do like this white on white, but we're going to also stain some of these too, so those will really pop also if I decide to stain these. But I will be doing some just all white on white, so that, because see how good this looks just as a layer. This just becomes a layer over what we're doing. So okay, this one, I love these. I'll be doing more of these too. I really loved how this one ripped, but I'm going to definitely be doing more of this color combination, because I like it a lot. Some more mark making. I like this layer on layer thing too. This works nicely. This is the one that I was just cleaning everything up with, but we're going to use this as well. This one as well. These will do nice stained. And then that was just the one I can start mark making on and still have available. Over here, this is our glassine. So just show you these real quick. Just great. Like, this is just a great little snippet to then, be able to use on our pages. Really like the way this combination came out. Like, everything is just ideal. This one. These. It's amazing. Really love this stuff here. Oh, this is another tissue. This belongs in the tissue pile. we got quite a number of them done. And then I love this two-sided bit. I just love this. I think this is going to be very useful in layering. This one. And then some more. These are not, a lot of these I'll do more mark making on. These aren't finished. This really is beautiful. And this one was still a little wet. So I head off to the side. So there is all of what we did today. And I mean, we already have a good stack for working in a book, but I know I'm going to make some more. But I mean, we could just, go from, or flush some of these out more. So yeah, but we got quite a bit already. So I hope you enjoyed this impromptu jelly session where we've now discovered some more paper. So I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I have. And I'm looking forward to your feedback and just seeing what you guys do with it. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.